Hi, Butterfly. Welcome to the Spirit Whispers Wisdom Word for the day. And I hope you've had a lovely day. It's been so far too much sun. The word for the day is the word please. Now, this caused a huge amount of confusion to me earlier this morning because I couldn't quite figure out why the word please would be so important. Then, talking to Elise, she said that please understand that around the word please can actually be a limiting belief or a limiting perspective. And I said, I'm really curious, why, in what regard? She said, think about how many times early in your life, in your childhood, where when you wanted something, you were reminded automatically that you needed to say please. That unless you said please, you weren't allowed to have what you actually wanted. And then upon saying please and getting what you wanted, you were then demanded that you say thank you. All of this came with rules and conditions. Now, before everybody kind of jumps on me and says, well, that's just plain manners, yes and no, because there's a programming that comes underneath that says you are not deserving unless you use these words, or unless you turn up in this way, or unless. So there's a unless you do this, you can't have that. Unless you do this, you can't have that. And I'm like, oh, I would have thought please was actually quite a good word. And they said under the right intention, under the right circumstances, under the right frequency, then and the beautifulness of, please may I have this, it's right there, but there's also a niggly undercurrent of our programming that actually says that I'm asking for this in the hope that someone says, yes, you can have this. Now, she's come back and she's repeated that again. In the hope that someone says, yes, you can have this. So what if the universe was always saying, you're a child of the universe, everything that you would like on the earth plane is actually yours for the taking, in the right frequency of compassion and empathy and abundance and all those other beautiful, beautiful energies, that there isn't still a part of you waiting to see whether you'd said please or thank you well enough that the universe is actually going to gift you something. And I'm like, okay, so what's the problem with that? And they said, well, you're a creator being. You're the universe in motion. So the universe in motion knows that the energy that it puts out is complemented by a reciprocal energy coming back to you from the universe if you have it in the right frequency, the right intention. And a lot of it is, again, that underlying programming of you've got to be good enough to have that. So you might want to say, please, can I have that? And you may have had a parent that actually said, I know that you've asked really nicely for that, but we don't have finances right at the moment to be able to do that. Or that's a toy, or that's something that's outside of the realm of us being able to afford it. So no, you can't have it. So I said, well, how do you get to the bottom of actually getting past that childhood programming that says, I'm going to wait till somebody says, yes, you've been good enough to have this, or, please may I have this, actually yes answered with a yes, yes, you can have that. And they said, well, Lisa's saying it's a little bit about the intention of it as well, that I love what she just said, then I am deserving. So understanding that, yes, there's a request that goes out to the universe and it can be lovely, please and thank you, all of those sorts of things. But they want you to get to the bottom of realising that you are already deserving and you can ask for everything that you want in the best possible way that actually serves you to turn up without attachment, without rules and conditions or limiting beliefs, and actually build a foundation so big that you can build a bridge on it by actually knowing your worth and your abundance and internal abundance and internal worth and internal value knowing that you are deserving of this and getting past that whole programming that, may I please have this, no, you haven't been good enough, or not right now. You can have it after dinner, or you can have it at an appropriate time that serves somebody else. So I kind of get it. I didn't like it when they started explaining it that way, but I kind of do get it. And I said, well, how do you ask the universe for something? And they go with wisdom. I'm like, okay, perfect. What sort of wisdom do I apply? And they said that, I love the way she's just worded it because I'm just following what she's saying. It's saying to the universe, I am so abundant and so deserving and so awesome. May I please have that? And it's about directing to the universe that you are matching the frequency by believing that you're allowed to have all these things, because the universe is waiting to gift you so many good things in the format that most serves you, and yet we struggle with actually believing that we are actually deserving. So I was like, we went round circle. What a big catch-22, because, you know, I talked to a few people today over that word please and what it brought up from them, and particularly going back to, you know, how much you really want to say. So use an example. So say you like really wanted a biscuit in the afternoon when you weren't supposed to have a biscuit or whatever, and then you said nicely, you said really nicely, no, please have that, and somebody else had a reason for no, it's in between dinner, or no, it's too close to dinner, or you've just eaten something, or it's again, it becomes embedded, is what Spirit says. It becomes very embedded that there's a condition. So even though you're using the right words and you're saying the right thing, because 20% of us is a conscious mind and 80% of us is a subconscious mind, which is driven by childhood programming and soul level learning, then if we don't actually 100% believe that we're going to have that answer, no matter how nicely that you say it, you can put yourself in the position of saying, please universe, can I have this, without actually believing that you can actually have what the universe is wanting to gift you. So I kind of wanted to make this video with really going, can you think about that? Can you think about when you're asking the universe for something, or you're asking for abundance, or you're asking for well-being, or you're asking for something and you're saying it so nicely, do you fundamentally believe it? Or do you think that there'll be a condition that'll come, like the universe will bring me this as long as I be good to 45 people along the way in the next 3 weeks? You know, I know that's really funny, and I'm certainly not, you know, kind of taking the mickey out of anything. But when I started to really think about it, I was like, oh my gosh, do I actually put a rule and a condition? You know, it's like saying, I'd love to have all of this, please, this will be fantastic. And then the universe going, no, you'll have to wait. The universe doesn't work like that. The universe matches energy. And it matches energy by the magic of you and what you actually believe. And I think that, you know, we talk about the power of manifestation and attraction and everything like that, but we really need to get underneath it and actually say, look, some of the words that we're actually using, which is absolutely fine, but we need to match the intention of absolutely believing it underneath. So it was such an interesting discussion about the word please that I just really wanted to share it with you and see what you think. So let me know. Have a really good week and look after you guys.